Warning! This episode of Galnet News Digest may contain material of a satirical, ironic, or, in the fond hopes of the authors, comic nature. That means that not everything you hear will be true, possibly, including this disclaimer. Galnet News Digest, 1st of December 3306. We read the news so you don't have to. In this week's news:
Escalating tensions and better bounties.
The View regains its solitude.
Getting up close and personal with Rhubarb and Custard.
The 5th year of Christmas.
Older than the earth itself. Escalating tensions and better bounties.
With Empire and Federation worrying about rising tensions following the neo-Marlinist strike on the federal Kepler orbital starport in the Atropos system, the two superpowers have diverted their efforts to building capital ships. Work to collect materials is centred around Mayasaka orbital in the Mand system and around Schweikart City in Perutis. The Federation appears to be benefiting from slightly better levels of support, but both sides are promising decals for top participants and discounts on modules for all. The bounty hunting, that is part of the effort to keep shipping lanes clear and safe, has had a boost after bounty values were increased dramatically on Monday. Payouts for massacre and combat missions also increased. Meanwhile, the Alliance opened 4 new starports in the Coalsack Nebula and is offering good prices for Thargoid-related commodities. The View regains its solitude.
Speedball 4 is over. The galaxy's premier game of chicken, played against planets, attracted 40 official entrants, who between them submitted 70 runs to the leaderboard, with many more runs ending in untimely rebuy, including the most expensive crash in history, when Commander Itsumo Otoke and his cargo of low-temperature diamonds became one with the surface of the planet. Gosh. In all, there were 19 fleet carriers providing support and rebuys. The race speeds were immensely competitive, with Epiphus some way off the lead at 3560 metres a second. Cutting the space daisies at just 6 metres above the planet's surface, it was Phoebia who managed to pip Shay Blackwood at the post, clocking in at 3560 metres a second, or 10 times the nominal speed of sound, as he levelled out at 48 metres above the ground. Next year's Speedball 5 may well give competitors the added complication of atmospheres to contend with hulls glowing a welcoming cherry red. As Commander Primetime Casual says, fly fast and may you always miss the ground. Getting up close and personal with Rhubarb and Custard.
It may sound a bit fishy, but the KOI 413 system is called KOI because it is a Kepler object of interest. And it will certainly be of interest on Sunday the 6th of December when the two gas giants, KOI 4131 and 2, are expected to very gently squish together for a moment of gassy bonding before separating out and going their separate ways. Because of their striking pink and yellow colours, the planets in question are known as Rhubarb and Custard. There is some uncertainty about when the planets will collide, but they are expected to reach around a 30% overlap by 1730 UTC. If you want to get your ship in between and find out what it's really like to get close and personal with mating gas giants, you should aim to be there no later than 1530. Scientists at Cannon are hoping that we might in due course see some orange-coloured baby gas giants orbiting close to their parents in the KOI 413 system. Many members of Cannon will be missing from the event, as they've accepted the Canon Challenge to travel vast distances across the galaxy to see every type of alien life and every type of exciting discovery known to the bungling boffins. The expeditionary trail will take many months to complete. It seems likely that some of the members of Canon will be lost forever in the void, never to return. The 5th year of Christmas.
For the 5th year running, the Christmas Carriers Convoy has set off to provide seasonal cheer to the outpost of Colonia. But this time, they are fleet carriers, and the trip is consequently a lot less arduous than previous years, and it can carry far more commodities. The convoy is carrying seasonally appropriate goods, including gold, tea, Kamitra cigars, Sonoma decorative meat for Christmas dinner, Sheehy biomorphic companions, a pet is for Christmas, not for life, rare wines and liquors, fruit and vegetables, snow globes, and party guests. No master chefs. Commodities will be delivered to Centralis by the 24th of December, and the people of Colonia will have a happy time whether they like it or not. And no, they are not going off to their room to play on their computer, they are coming downstairs to be social. Older than the Earth itself.
Commander Luna, who some claim to be very old and very wise, has been in touch with Galnet Digest to clear a few things up. The first so-called Twitch drop experiment, conducted on the 24th of November, offered participants the opportunity to claim their very own purple Python shipskin, as well as a purple Asp Explorer, purple Imperial Cutter, purple Anaconda, purple Cobra Mark III, purple Crate Mark II, purple Federal Corvette, and purple Mamba. The current, slightly complicated way of claiming the Twitch drops will become simpler, and the ability to distribute items of cosmetic value will in due course be handed down to a select band of commanders whose adventures appear as live-action holomes, which will mean that commanders who live on the other side of whatever planet they inhabit will be in with a chance to pick up some colourful goodies without having to get up at 3 in the morning.
In other news, the Elite Dangerous Reddit now has 250,000 members. And to celebrate, there was a grand prize draw. Lucky members won prizes like appearances on Lave Radio, Hutton Radio, Elite Week, and the Guard Frequency Happy Fun Time Hour. For some inexplicable reason, there were no bids at all to make a guest appearance on Galnet News Digest, which I suppose means we're stuck with Commander Beat A.
And that's this week's Galnet News.
Galnet News. We read the news, so you don't have to. From RelSpy to the Forum.
Elite Dangerous is a new game, and as such needs new imaginative players. The ancient decaying wrecks of our failed history are as irrelevant to us today as the Galactic Cooperative is to the people of 3306. It is these mouldering dreadnoughts, fused to decrepit armchairs by decades of rot, who hold back the development of the games. Older people have single-handedly destroyed the entire game just by existing. In fact, I think the game would be infinitely better if Elite 1984 had never existed, because it is simply too old to be of any use. Thus, I propose that all players over the age of 20 should be banned for their own good. This will include me sometime in the future. Actually, it already includes me. I accept my fate. The young must be shielded from the folly of the old. In addition, all ships that were introduced to the series after the 2000s should be removed from the game as well. They will then be made into marketable wooden carvings for all the old people to buy. Coats of Frontier-approved paint can be bought with leftover pre-ban arcs or real money. This allows Frontier to keep their monetization models rolling, leading to a 1,600% increase in revenue.
From Nathan84, replying to RelSpy.
Could someone repeat what he said? My hearing aid batteries are down and these damn kids are always whispering.
From Relspy, replying to Nathan84. From Dino the Imperial, replying to Relspy.
I'm glad I'm only 4 years old and can't read yet. And quietly shuffles off to continue watching In the Night Garden. Not be long until bedtime hour.
From Relspy, replying to Dino the Imperial. From Rhubarb, replying to Relspy.
Relspy is going through a rebellious phase, but in the end, who's got the money? Not the 20s people. But if you're not careful and don't apologise, you're going to get kicked out of the basement or childhood bedroom, your allowance will be cut off, and no more piggybacking on our cellular plan. Then how are you going to play with your make-believe spacey ships? Why, you'd have to get a job, ha-ha!
From Relspy, replying to Rhubarb.
It's not a phase, Mum.
From Veterinary, replying to Thread.
Youth does not believe that it is naive, foolish or selfish. Only as they become old they look back on their foolishness with regret. And often forget they haven't changed much. That's why when we were young we thought the same about them. The circle of life.
From Relspy, replying to Veterinary.
Which is why, in the fullness of time, I plan to ban all users below the age of 20 as well. Elite Dangers will be available for a single infinitesimal fraction of an instant in a person's life, and then gone forever.